Midway, the true events of the actual battle between the Japanese Navy and the American Navy in World War II as the two countries collide to see who gets the upper hand in the Pacific Theater. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Zakka, and today I already talked about it. We're reviewing Midway. But before I jump into that review, what is Movie Breakdowns? A movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them an A through L plus and minuses do count. And if the movie you want me to review, let me know. I'll put in the comment section below. And also thank you guys for watching this series. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Now, Midway. And I want to let you guys know this first part of the video is spoiler free. The second part of the video will be spoilered all over. But for a movie about real events, it's kind of hard to give you a spoiler. So pretty much if you don't know the events of Midway or know who's in the movie or the characters slash like true people, if you don't know these events, then I guess it will be a spoiler. So if you do, you already know how the story ends, but I guess you don't know how the movie portrays the story. So I'll hold off on spoilers to the end of this video. But Midway is about, as I said in the opener, about the true events of the Battle of Midway. But not just the Battle of Midway in this movie. This movie also talks about the events leading up to Midway, from like the start of the war for the American and Japanese side of it, I should say, to like Pearl Harbor, to Midway itself and the American morale and how they felt about the events in certain situations, the panics, and talk about how like the soldiers felt on both sides, not just the Japanese side but the American side too, which I do like how this movie did that, and it gave you a sense of how both armies and militaries, I should say, not armies, sorry, because the Navy, but how both militaries reacted to loss and suffering, which I thought was also cool. Now, the things I like about this movie, which is the CGI. I actually like the CGI. There's a lot of CGI in this movie. So you're one of the people who do not like CGI in your movie, who don't like an over amount of CGI, you probably won't like this movie. But if you don't care about CGI, CGI is plastered all throughout this movie, from the dog fights to just regular like walking on the ships and everything. There's CGI all throughout this movie. It's kind of remind me of like how a Pacific Rim is kind of like the design of the movie and the colors of the movie. Kind of remind me of Pacific Rim. I'm trying to think of a movie to replace it to. It didn't seem like a old World War II movie or like a normal war movie. It was pretty much plastered in CGI. Trying to think. Transformers, when they're on the Navy ships, and that doesn't match it. I want to say a good example of the CGI style in this movie will be Pacific Rim, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that to me kind of matches that when it comes to CGI. Heck, CGI was done so well you can't tell who some of the actors were in this movie. And I like double check, like, ain't that? Oh, that is him. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. That's it. Got it. Understood. With that being said, the color scheme in this movie was really done well too. It was super bright. Even when like nighttime, the movie is still bright and you can see everybody's reaction, everybody's detail. Like, I like that. It wasn't a dark, gritty movie. It's a really bright and colorful movie, which, you know, in today's age, kind of you keep people's attention, make something bright and flash it. I like it. I didn't think any problem of it. The music was good. I really enjoyed the music. It fit the tone of the scenes that was going on. You got the sense of like how things were feeling, how people felt when the music was playing, which I thought was really good. It's done really well. And then before I get into characters and actors, I do want to say the bad part, which the things I didn't like, which I think this movie for me drops the grade because of it. So this movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. With that being said, it feels like a 2 hour and 20 minute movie, which there's so many movies nowadays you watch and you sit there for 3 hours, you're like, wow, 3 hours have passed, or 2 hours and 40 minutes have passed. I didn't even know it. This movie you're watching, you're like, whew, wow, this feels like a really long movie. And it was. And the reason why, because the pacing was off in this movie. The pacing, what really kind of kicked this movie in the butt was the pacing, because there'd be great action scenes like Pearl Harbor happened. You're like, oh my gosh, all this stuff's going on, and then it was just low until the next action scene and picks back up, then low again. And not even when people are figuring out like, okay, this is what's about to happen, the strategizing scene, which can be done really well, even the strategizing scenes in the movie kind of like dragged itself. So somebody figured out a situation was going on, it really like just dragged out. And I remember a part where my girlfriend and I was watching it, and my girlfriend goes, "This movie is long." And I was like, yeah, it is. But it's only 2 hours and 18 minutes officially, or 2 hours and 20 minutes when I round up. So it was an average movie length, but it felt forever, and the pacing was the reason why. And my second issue with this movie was character development. So you have a handful of characters you get to meet, but you get to meet a lot of characters in this movie. And the reason why it makes sense because a lot of people participate in this war. So you don't want to skip over anybody, but the fact that they didn't focus on certain members or certain soldiers made it hard for you to get attached to everybody. You get attached to maybe one guy who's like, okay, this is the main protagonist, and then like, oh, he's another protagonist, and he's another protagonist, but wait a minute. Like, hold on, who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Why did I care about you? Why did I care about you? Now you're getting tossed in there. Who you come from? Who is this kid at the beginning of the movie? So I would say that the character development, they didn't really allow you to get attached to so many characters, get attached to a lot of characters because they threw so many at you. You got attached to like the main 3 or the main 4, but everybody else you kind of forget about because they're not really necessary to this movie. You know, they played a big part in the actual battle, which unfortunately, when it comes to big wars like that, you can't give everybody their credit, but don't throw everybody in there and then just like hope you get attached to this one person or get attached to that person or care about this person's story when the movie, when you have too many people to follow. Now, actors and actresses. This movie has, like I said, has a lot of people in it, so I'm gonna have to put my laptop in front of me to go through this list here. But the people I want to talk about for this review did really great. Like, I didn't have a problem with anybody's acting skills in this movie. I think everybody did a phenomenal job acting. From Woody Harrelson, who played Chester W. Nimitz, great. Like, I think everybody portrayed their character, or portrayed their soldier great. Patrick Wilson, who played Edward Layton, who when I first saw, I was like, I think I recognize that guy. Can't figure out who that is. He's freaking Ocean Master from Aquaman. I was like, oh, that's Patrick Wilson. Like, he looked really familiar. Woody Harrelson, you heard about Woody Harrelson. Well, I know of him from Hunger Games, and now he's been in a bunch of other movies now. And then the main guy, though, Eric Schrein, but the main character, Eric Screen, sorry I messed your name up, played Dick Best, who, he's the main protagonist. You kind of follow his journey from him being a hot shot to him leading his group to him kind of getting sick at the end of the movie. And, oh, that wasn't a spoiler, but he died in real life because, well, he didn't die, they were flown again. If you know who he is, sorry I just spoiled that. If you know who he is, you know he had those things that happened to him. But he was the main guy. He's the hot shot who got his crew and had to go try to make a difference in the battle. Then you have Kenan Johnson, who played James Murray. I'll talk about more of him in the spoiler. Dennis Quaid, who played William Bull Haley, who was the Admiral. Talk more about him. Well, not really much more about him. He was just the Admiral in this movie, so I'm not going to talk more about him in the spoiler review. Luke Kleintank, who played Clarence Dickinson, which he did a great job. And I'm sorry I messed these names up, but Etsushi Toyokawa, who played Isoroku Yamamoto. Sorry about these Japanese names. Like, he did a great job. And then Jun Kunimura, who played Chuichi Nagumo. Why did I say his name right there? Nagumo. I thought they did great. I thought everybody, the cast did great, and I thought they portrayed the acting like when they're scared, they did panic and scared, were feared and scared well. They did joy, like every emotion they did great in this movie. I give up props to the cast of this movie. They did all great. And sorry for people's names I butchered. Okay, last thought before I get into spoilers. Not really. Should you see this movie in theaters? No, I think you wait for it to come out on DVD. And grading time. I'm going to grade Midway a solid C. It's an average movie. it didn't leave me super enjoyed. It didn't leave me like boring and mad. There's part of movies I was interested in. There's part of movies that I wasn't interested in. So it's a C movie right there in the middle of the pack, and that was okay. It's an okay movie. Okay, spoiler time. So the thing I want to spoil in this movie is James. Go back to James Murray, who's played by Kenan Johnson. So he has a character who, midway through the movie, he's like, I don't feel like I want to be a part of this war. I want to go home. And you kind of look at him in the movie while I'm watching, like, where'd he come from? Why is he here? And why do I care about the fact he want to go home? Maybe it was just, I thought it would be a chance for the show that, you know, Dick Best, that he could be a leader, he could take somebody underneath his wing, which it kind of showed a little bit of that, but it didn't show the bonding between the two. They didn't show like, this is my apprentice, this is my right-hand man. It was like, all right, you're part of my crew, and let's go. Let's do this thing. And I was like, okay, well, sure. And once again, I understand, because there's so many people who played an impact in this war that you can't give everybody their credit, but when you put in like different characters and supporting characters and add like a little storyline behind them and then just leave it there, or you know, a little build up to them, so when they do have this moment, you're just like, I don't care. I don't care at all. There is a scene in the movie where they try to do the whole like, did he make it? Did he not make it? The trope in the movie that you see was like, oh, they just saved the day. The good guy might not come back, and then he comes back miraculously. That was unnecessary. They did not either add that into the movie. You saw that Dick Best destroyed the battleship. He's coming back safely. And they did an abrupt cut in that part too. After Dick Best destroyed the battleship at the end of the movie, it abruptly like broke off and went to another scene. I was like, what just happened? The war's over like that? The battle ended like that? And you're pretty sure like everybody coming back. And they tried to do the whole like slow play, but it was really unnecessary to the movie. I think they tried to do more dramatic, you know, flair to it, which was unnecessary. But other than that, I'm not really sure there's much to spoil in this movie. Like, those two scenes I really want to talk about. Character development was great. Patrick Wilson did a great job as Edward Layton, which I talked about him earlier. I don't think it's Dennis Quaid, who played William Bull Haley. He gets shingles, which he had to relieve the bout. He had to leave the fight because of that and go to the hospital. Luke Kleintank, who played Clarence Dickinson. I said Dickinson earlier. Sorry about that, guys. Dickinson. Can't say Dixon. Dickinson. He was there. He did a good part. Then he was like kind of like supporting guy. Like, he was there for the moments you thought he was gonna be like one of the main protagonists, and then he kind of leaves. You're like, what happened to him? Yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to spoilers. I don't think there's much else to spoil in this movie. The action parts were good. I do give it that. The action part was good, and the dog fights was good in this movie. I like the dog fights and the action. The action scenes was pretty cool and really, really well done. Well, that's my review for the movie Midway. If you've seen this movie, please tell me what you think of it. Please tell me what you thought. Please put in the comment section below. And thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdown. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend about my series. Tell a friend about Grind Towards Success. Tell a friend about the Movie Breakdown series. If you really like these episodes, I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. It means so much. I can't tell you how much it means. Like, it's like, I'll be really grateful if you just told a friend and share and subscribe to the series. And thank you guys for watching this. Also, if you want to follow my journey outside of YouTube or Facebook, you can go to my Instagram page, and you can follow me on my Instagram page at Ali_Zakka. It's right here. Put it right here in my face. That way you're like, where's his face at? Well, it's right behind the Instagram logo. Yeah, but you can follow me on my Instagram page. And also, if you want another episode of Grind Towards Success or Movie Breakdowns, you can watch the episode of Grind Towards Success right here. You can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right there. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Keep being awesome.